Greetings and welcome. How are we all feeling today? We all know that growth can be messy, growth can be difficult, and a lot of the times we struggle to see the brighter side or the outcome. And a lot of us expect to grow in the light where things are great, where things are wonderful, where things are amazing. But no, growth happens in the dark. We grow in the dark and we flourish in the light. But all the growth that we go through is behind closed doors, is in our minds, and it's messy and it's busy and it's chaotic and it's all over the place because healing is messy, growing is messy, being able to move on and self-develop and engage in your personal growth is extremely messy. And we don't realize that our growth happens in a dark place. Where we find strength and resilience is in a dark place, is in a place that is very difficult, very scary, very dark. And without the darkness, we cannot flourish in the light. We cannot be, we are not able to fully embrace the light, because growing in the dark is where we experience the most emotion. It's where we experience the most hurt, and it's where we see all our difficulties and all our challenges, because we don't grow in the light. We grow when no one sees it. We grow when it's difficult, when we're alone, when we're isolated, because it's an inner journey. It's an inner healing. It's something that we have to do within ourselves. And growth is something that we have to be very consistent in. And you can't heal from your pain, you can't heal from your traumas if you do not understand that all of this needs to be done in the dark, when no one else can see what you're going through. Because that is where your true growth starts, is where it's darkest. Because it's always darkest just before the dawn. And if you are experiencing a lot of darkness in your life, use that as an opportunity to grow and self-develop. Use it as an opportunity to look for better, to attract better in your life. And when we grow, we need to change our mindsets. We need to be able to see the best in life. We need to be able to change our perspectives so that we can deal with this pain, and that we can deal with this hurt, and that we can deal with our traumas. Because trauma is something that happens when we are our most vulnerable, when we are our weakest. And we all carry a certain amount of darkness within ourselves, and we all carry pain, hurt, trauma, difficulties, problems. But the only way to truly deal with that is to embrace the darkness, to go into the darkness and be able to deal with things one by one, and to be able to see that there is light. As long as you get through the darkness, you have to fly through the storm. You can't fly over the storm, because it will just catch up to you later. The more we repress things in the dark, the more prominent they will become in our light, the more they will dampen our light and darken our light. When we let the darkness take over our lives, when we fall into that deep dark abyss, we lose quality and brightness of our light. We lose the ability to be happy and have joy and see good days and be happy within ourselves. We grow in the dark, we don't grow in the light. We grow where it's most difficult. We grow when the conditions are unfavorable. We grow when we are uncomfortable. We grow when there is no light, because we have to make our own light. We have to shine our own light, where we can flourish, where we can say, I've moved past this pain, I've dealt with my hurts, or I'm on my journey to healing. Remember, growth isn't loud or projective. It's not something that people can just see. It's not something that is out there and that is vivid and is loud. It's not. It's often silent, and it's an inner thing. It's something that happens internally, and it is done behind closed doors, because only the closest people to you will understand your darkness, will allow you to become vulnerable with them, so that you can deal with this darkness, so you don't have to deal with it alone. It's important to seek support and to understand that it's not something that is going to be vivid and loud and projective and out there for everyone to see. No, it's silent. It's an inner battle. Dealing with our pain and going on the journey to healing is something that happens internally. It's something we decide for ourselves, whether we want to heal or we want to hurt further. And we heal in the dark so we can flourish in the light. We deal with our pain, we deal with the darkness so we can enjoy the fruits of life, so we can enjoy our connections with others, so we can enjoy our human experience. And we flourish in the light because we grow in the darkness, because we deal with our darkness and we shine our own light. And that's where we see the most fruition of dealing with the difficulties that we've had to. And when you grow in the dark, when you really work for it and you put in the consistency and you are healing, then you will find that your darkness doesn't bleed into your light, and that you can have your darkness, but you can also flourish in your light. What we ignore and what we leave in the dark will fester in our psyches. What you don't deal with, what you keep repressing, what you keep ignoring will manifest more, because what you resist will persist, and what you ignore will consume you. What you leave in the dark, what you don't address, what you don't work through, what you don't heal from will eventually consume you. And these things that you keep in the dark will fester in your psyche. Because when you bring things to the light and you acknowledge something and you take it out there, you bring it out there, then it can't hurt you anymore. Because it's not something you're hiding anymore. It's not something that you're running away from anymore. So don't ignore these traumas. Don't repress these emotions, because they are your sign to heal. And as I said, healing is messy. Healing is not a one-way equation or a specific set of steps. No, healing is messy. Healing is busy. Healing is all over the place. Healing is feeling more hurt than you were in the first place, and being able to work through that and embark on your journey to healing. And it's an internal battle. It's something that we have to deal with within ourselves, with ourselves, for ourselves. It's the darkness inside of us that we have to heal from. We all carry a certain amount of darkness with us, and the more you repress it and the more you ignore it, the more it will bleed into your light, the more it will take over your time in the light, the less you'll be able to flourish in the light. And when we get stuck in our darkness, we become unfulfilled and things become purposeless because we can't make meaning. And we we don't actually venture into the light. And that's what keeps us stuck in the darkness, because the warmth from the light gives purpose and prosperity. So remember, we grow in the dark and we flourish in the light. So remember, you are unique and valuable. Take care of that beautiful person. Stay strong wherever you're from. You are worthy.